Hi folks, I'm Ross. Welcome back to Blackbeard's Detailing's YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be doing a review of the Blo GT car hairdryer. Now the car I'm going to be using the blower on is a Tesla Model 3. Just for your information, this was ceramic coated by myself in December and it's been maintained by me every month thereafter. So the coating is in very good condition. As you can see, the water effect is just sitting on there beading. So this will give you an idea of what the blower is like on a car which has been well looked after, i.e. ceramic coated, sealed or waxed regularly by the owner of the car. I'll also be using the blower on another Tesla, funnily enough, that hasn't been ceramic coated, and it will give you a good comparison of what the blower does on a surface which is absolutely immaculate and has been well looked after versus a surface which isn't as well looked after. Still is looked after, it's a sealant that's on the car opposed to ceramic coating, but hopefully people who will be buying this product, especially if you're buying it for yourself, you're not going to spend that amount of money and not be generally looking after your car. As you can see, I've wall mounted mine. It does come with wee wheels that you can wheel along with it. I just like my stuff being up off the ground, it makes the floor much easier to clean. And I usually just dry my cars in this the section of the studio as soon as you drive in. Hose mounted up there. The hose kind of retracts all the way in when it's off, and then when you turn it on it expands out to 8 metres. The operation relatively simple. There's a knob down at the bottom to adapt the actual blower power. It's an 8 horsepower motor that's in it, twin motor. So when you turn it on, it takes a wee while for it to ramp up. And again, you can adjust your speed depending on what type of surface you're using on. If you're going to be using a car that's got delicate vinyls, or if the paintwork's not quite as immaculate or as new, or there's some lacquer damage, then you might want to turn the actual speed down on it a touch. The machine itself, the actual operation from it isn't too noisy, but with the pressured air coming out the end of it, and it going into the channels of the car, the nooks, the crannies, I genuinely recommend sticking in a pair of earplugs, especially when you're driving alloy wheels and the forced air goes into the lug nuts and channels back out again. It is very, very, very noisy, and you can actually feel it in your ears. So I genuinely recommend sticking a pair of these on whenever you're going to be using it. So I'll get this turned on and I'll get the camera pointed towards the car and I'll let you see how it does with the water. Okay, so now we've got this Model S in. The Model S is not ceramic coated. 5 months ago it had a polymer sealant applied by myself. And again, every month it comes in, it gets a maintenance detail, which is a safe wash, dry, and then that's it. Every 6 months it gets a protection topped up on it. So this will give you an idea of a car that has got some degree of protection on it. It is nearing the end of its life, the protection, so we'll see how it goes. So the actual use operation of it is very simple. Simply turn it on and use your selected blower head. That one, I much prefer the circular one. You can direct it, that fans it out a lot more. I've used that once when I got it, and I've never used it again afterwards. But they're very easy to change. It's a simple lock-in twist in a system. There is foam around this. It does get pretty hot. You can feel it in the actual the plastic hose pipe when you're using it. Onto the actual plastic hose pipe itself, as soon as you turn it on, it expands right out. It contracts in, of course, when it's not in use, and as soon as that pressured air starts blowing through it, the whole tube expands out and essentially gets to 8 metres. I contacted Blo Direct and the actual Blo website, used their contact us to find out if I can get another one of these, basically. So if I want to dry a car outside, I can just essentially unplug it. That was about approaching on, probably about 2 months ago, and I've yet to hear anything back, and I got a confirmation email that they did get it. So customer service in that sense, probably not good. However, at this moment of filming and the moment in which the email was sent, we're in the kind of height of kind of COVID-19 type stuff. The restrictions have been relaxed a bit in Scotland, hence I'm able to actually do details on customers' cars. However, I don't like not being responded to. As myself, I've got a business. When somebody messages you, I like to get back to them. So that kind of annoyed me. I purchased it from Clean Your Car. They paid full price for it. I didn't get any money off, nothing like that. This is my own bit of kit, bought and paid for by my own money. so it's not a sponsored thing. It's not as if they've delivered it for me to do a review on it, so I can be as critical or as praiseworthy as I want to be. As you've seen there, just carrying out the drying on that car, it's a bit more time intensive compared to the car that was ceramic coated. But again, that's because the protection on it is starting to fail. The ceramic coating itself, once you're using the air and it's focused on it, it just shoots clean off because the car itself is very hydrophobic. But when the protection starts to dwindle, or if you've got a car in which is brand new and there's not any protection on it, or a car which is just basically bare metal and you've done a full strip down, I don't mean bare metal, I mean like clear coat, there's no protection, nothing on it, you're relying on the point in which the heat that this puts out, the heat that it puts out is pretty good. It takes a minute or so to get up to full burn. Fairly sure the heat that's from it is generated from the twin motor. There's no element, no heating element, nothing like that in it. So the actual the machine itself is relatively simple, just two motors and a cylinder and a big long hose tube attached. It's 8 horsepower motor, so it's certainly enough to blast any of the air off, any of the water off your car. One thing I'd say, if you're using it outside, if your driveway's dusty, anything like that, the second you kick that down, the dust's just going to come up and it's going to end up on your car. That's why I mostly like to dry the cars inside, get them washed and get them inside and then dry it. And then that creates another problem, not so much for myself. I like my unit to be immaculately clean and tidy. However, if your work area is not clean and tidy, if it's dusty, if it's like a bare concrete floor, as soon as you're doing this, you're going to get bits of dust kicking up and your air's going to be filled with wee bits of dust and all sorts flying through it. So if your work area itself isn't clean, you're probably going to put a lot of contaminants up in the air, which are going to start settling down on that car, especially if you've got it in for doing kind of polishing corrective work, and ceramic coatings as well, because in ceramic coatings, if you get wee stuff sitting on it, it can affect the coating. So, pros for it, it's very quick to dry a protected car, like unbelievably quick. You're not causing that damage to the paintwork, possible marring by the actual the contact, the unlubricated contact of your drying mitt and the car. The heat as well generates out. Obviously, right now it's June in Scotland, so it's the weather's pretty much as good as it's going to get. It's pretty warm, so the ambient temperature obviously aids the natural drying of the car when you've got it in and you're using this. During the winter months, if you're trying to dry a car and using just a wash mitt, if it's high humidity and you're drying it, you get that mist that appears on it. This should eradicate that altogether. I do have a Metro vacuum blow. I did use that during the winter months to make sure that the car was bone dry before doing any kind of polishing, coatings, etc. But it was a pain swapping the hoses round, and its primarily function as a vacuum. I would say for that it's a 4 horsepower motor, so that thing's twice as powerful, and you can definitely feel it. What I'll do is I'll turn it on, I'll leave a focused bit of the blown air at a section panel, and I'll show you the difference in the temperature readings between the two panels. Okay, so on the Blo official website here, there's no point in reiterating a lot of stuff here because you can just go in and check it yourself. It was more the kind of practical uses, how I find using it over the past 6 weeks or so. Yeah, it's retailing there at $329.99. Says I got mine for clean your car, and it was £230. So it is on the expensive side. are you going to buy it if you're not really that much into your kind of detailing? Probably not. It's absolutely the safest way, in my opinion, of drying a car. You're eliminating that touching process, and any time you touch the car, you risk marring or damaging any kind of delicate surfaces. You're able to get into all the nooks and crannies, as you've seen with the badges. The amount of water that's kind of trapped in behind lights and stuff like that is insane. So when you blast that out, it just means when you're working on the cars and you're polishing, if you're going around lights and that, the vibration sometimes upsets that water sitting in, and then you start getting water lines running down, which can impact polishing performance. Believe it or not, it can actually increase cut because you're re-lubricating stuff which might be stuck inside your pad. So if you're on a finishing stage at that, you can actually, it can affect like total mirror finishes. Yeah, the whole practical sides of things much quicker, easier to do when you're drying a car which isn't protected, probably the same length of time, to be honest, using a high quality drying towel. It's very noisy, so again, make sure you're wearing ear protectors. But is it a worthwhile bit of kit? Aye, yeah, I use it every single car I've got in. So I can't comment on build quality, longevity at this time because I've not had it for too long, but I will update and comment on that should any issues arise. So yeah, hopefully it gives you a better idea of how the machine actually works and its practical uses, and seeing it being used on a couple of cars. Again, as I commented on earlier on, of course the car, because I know I can already see the comments kind of ready to be typed, oh you've used that, and I try use it in a car that's not ceramic coated. That's not the point of the video. The point of the video is to show its kind of practical uses. Yes, it will still dry a car which has no protection on it, it just takes a bit longer to do. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a wee comment, give us a shout if there's anything else you would like me to have a wee review on. I might have it in one of my magical cupboards. And if not, I might buy it and see if I can do a wee review on it, if it's going to be worthwhile for me to have the wee bit of equipment there. But hopefully you enjoyed watching. Leave a wee comment, don't forget to subscribe, and thank you very much. Stay safe.